Hey, Shalom. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Honor you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright, it's gonna be a video. This is actually gonna be a real quick video, man. Just updating you of what's going on up there. Between the enemies of the US, NATO, Europe, all that. Alright. And some of the results or repercussions of the sanctions that the so-called United States imposes on those different nations out there. Alright. See, all of those sanctions, right, whether they be against Iran, all right, of which they so-called lifted those sanctions out, which that liquidated about $40 billion worth of assets, all right, whether they be against Iran, whether they be against the U.S. or in this case North Korea, because it wasn't too long ago that they had a story right here on RT, right, Russia Today, all right, that they had a story on North Korea, where with the U.S. had already imposed sanctions on them, all right, to limit how much capital they can how much capital that they can that they can attain, man. All right, so it says there North Korea, and this is a heavy ass title, man. That's a heavy ass title, man. What these people getting to show you, man? What they're letting you know, man? This thing's about to get down, man. This is about to get hot and heavy right here, man. All right, this ain't time for games out there, man. All right. And these nations, these different nations, these so-called little nations, all right, that they become strong, all right, they're now getting into a stage to where we're gonna do away with the U.S., man. We'll do away with the way of the United States, whether that be the governmental structure, whether that be the financial structure, all of that. They want to do away with it, man. All right. And that all coincides with what the scripture says, that after 2 wars have passed, and 3 wars is gonna come thereafter. So I ain't gonna get the scriptures. I'm gonna quote them, all right. And you can go out there and search them out, because like I said, it's gonna be a quick video. I'm just reading the articles verbatim and quoting the scriptures, right? All right. So it says North Korea ready to respond to U.S. hostility with nuclear weapons anytime. All right. Any goddamn time. What is that call to remembrance, man? The book of 2 Peter's, right, the 3rd chapter, starting off. You can start off with about like the 10th verse in that, man. It talks about the day of the Lord, right? It talks about hastening the day, which we're the only group, right? Starting off with the elders of GMS, all right on down to the elder apostles, right on down to the heads of the different camps, and down to us, the younger man. We see we here at GMS, right? We hasten the day because what's gonna be set up after. We don't get comfortable in this society. What are you gonna get comfortable at? You got faggots running around all the goddamn place, man. Right? All these women these women are crazy. All right? What's there to enjoy, man? All right? The food is all fucked up and all of that, man. What's there to enjoy, man? See, we want the good thing. We want the good juice, man. We want the I mean, if you're a Jake, man, you're about excitement, really, but you can't get into all of this excitement that's out here, man. It's all marred, right, and polluted, man. All right, and the only thing that there is to hope for, man, is the kingdom, man. How much more so to hope for than righteousness, man? That's what your heart should desire, man. All right, you should desire righteousness, because through righteousness, the Lord said we're going to be in a perpetual state of being blessed, man. All right, so let me read this article right quick. It says North Korea. Right, North Korean authorities have announced that they are ready to deal with U.S. hostility with nuclear weapons anytime, man. Any goddamn time, man. All right, and are working to improve the country's nuclear weapons in quality and quantity. All right, read it again, because you got some nitwits out there. All right, you got some guys out there that they ain't got, they don't pay enough attention. I'm gonna read that right quick again. It says North Korean authorities, does not the scripture says the least of the nations gonna draw them out. All right, we wish North Korea, man, on the grand scheme of things in comparison to America, they ain't really nothing, but they got them nuclear weapons, man. See, when you get them nukes, like you got an arms race out there in the Middle East, when you get them nukes, man, you become a power, a force to be reckoned with, man. All right, and North Korea strategically put themselves in a position to where now the U.S.'s hostility is gonna have to be dealt with, man. All right, it says have announced that they are ready to deal with U.S. hostility. They didn't say the U.S. invading. They didn't say the U.S. doing this, that, and they said hostility. And what's that hostility? All of the war games that are being played out there in the world, man. They're ready to deal with it with nukes, man. All right. Hey, you know what? Bring it goddamn on, man. I pray I wish this thing go down tonight, man. Really, man. All right, cause what have I got to look forward to tomorrow, man? Another day at the job, all right? Sucking up and all of that. You know, I say sucking up, that ain't my spirit, but you know what I'm talking about, man. Being harmless as a dove and really can't express yourself as a black man, man. That's a goddamn shame, man, that the lion's gonna go up in there and like a fucking, sheep and that. But hey, that's the duality of the scriptures. The scripture says you're gonna be as harmless as a dove, right? But as wise as a serpent. Right, and that's what we should desire to be like. All right, it says if the U.S. and other hostile forces persistently pursue their reckless hostile policies, policy towards the DPRK, we are fully prepared to respond with nuclear weapons anytime," said the director of the North's Atomic Energy Institute, as cited by the state of KCNA. I don't know some of those. I could do some back research. Right, but ultimately that goes back to North Korea. It says the statement was made by the director of the North's Atomic Energy Institute, right, as reported by the state of KCNA news agency, and says North Korea is working to improve its nuclear weapons in quantity and quality, said the official. All right, it says Pyongyang has already started to operate a nuclear reactor at the Yongbyon, right. Nuclear, I ain't no more, but I ain't gonna be able to read them words right there. But whatever wherever place that is, it says nuclear scientific research center. North Korea's major nuclear facilities, about 90 kilometers from the capital of Pyongyang. All right, and it says all the nuclear facilities in Pyongyang or Yongbyon. Right, nuclear scientific research center, including the uranium enrichment plant and 5 megawatt reactors, were rearranged, right, changed and readjusted, right, and started normal operation. Right, the director of the Atomic Energy Institute told the North Korean Central Agency, man. See, these nations are getting ready, man. Right, they're in the right spirit, man. They're remembering that, look, man, we ain't gonna deal with these damn Edomites, man. It says on Monday, North Korea's National Aerospace Development Administration said it had almost completed developing a new Earth observation satellite. And it says the world will clearly see a series of satellites, right, soaring into the sky at the same time at the times and locations determined by the Central Committee of Workers, according to the statements administrated. But see, he's going into other things, man. But you seen it, man. All right. You seen the statements, man. You see how these nations are feeling right here, man. Right? They ain't gonna put up with the bullshit that America's is perpetuating out there. All right. Now, also, all right. Also, you gotta. We're in a state where Russia's remembering its true nature, its Cold War like nature. Like it says here, Russia simulates international conflicts. Right, simulates international conflicts. Read that, man. Read that title, man. All right, read that goddamn title, man. Russia simulates, right, international conflicts in biggest war drills since Cold War, man. God damn it, man. God damn it, man. All right, the title says it all, man. You can see the picture that they got the battle tanks out there, man. All right, so what the title's telling you there, they are. Practicing going into other different nations, man. And what's going to be their biggest target, man? It ain't going to be Iran, because they got allegiance with that, man. What are you going to go into Iran for? Right? It ain't going to be Lithuania, Latvia, all of them countries where the Americans have settled into that. All right. But guess what, man? It might be along those borders because you got the American troops on those borders. So what? You're gonna have what you know as as ground war, man. Alright, that's not the exact term, but that's the best thing I can come up with at the top of my head right now. Alright, let me read this a little bit. Alright, but the title says, it says more than 95,000 troops belonging to Russia and its regional allies have started the annual center exercise, right, that spans over the Volga to Siberia. Right, it says Center 2015 in final step in armed forces military preparation during 2015 said a statement from the Ministry of Defense, which said that it conducted nearly 80 military drills in August alone, as well as an unannounced inspection of troops involved in exercise last week. It says war games will engage, right, more than 7,000 pieces of armor and 170 planes and 20 warships, man. All right. It says 20 different types of training ranges, right, will be used, belonging to all security branches, including borders, guards, right, FSB and drugs police, which will make maneuvers ranging right up to 6,000 kilometers, right. So they're expounding upon what's going on and all of that, but really the title says it all, man. All right, the title says it all, man. Russia simulates international conflict and biggest war drills since Cold War. All right, I don't even know how I'm gonna title this, because there's some juicy bits in there. So I might title it. I might premise it with the North Korea. In fact, I'm gonna premise it with the North Korea. But you got this as well, man. And that's all happening out there. And the Mossad is pushing that spirit of war further and further. But you still got some assholes out here, right, with these different camps that they're on 1.0, man. Or they can't get over the first hurdle, man. All right, we're about to lap them again, right? They can't get over the first hurdle, man. But you know what? Hey, the scripture says that, deceived, right? Even deceived are the Lord's, man. All right, and with that, I'm gonna say double honors to the apostles of GMS. Honest you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Stay up. Shalom.